Mr. Speaker, will you please call the House to order?
The bill is passed.
We'd like to get a budget that represents the interests of the people who are standing here with me now.
To be part of the struggle to achieve a better society for all.
Who here in this chamber feels that their children should be punished for something that they did? Hi, and welcome to Assembly Update. I'm Assemblyman Phil Ramos, and I represent the towns of Brentwood, Bayshore, Central Islip, and Bayshore. In the past 5 years, our country and our community has gone through an economic crisis that has impacted communities such as mine disproportionately. Luckily, we have a safety net in our community of various organizations that work daily to try and help those who need that help to get through these hard times. One of those organizations is the Lucille Winter Memorial Help Center. And today I have two distinguished guests with me who run this organization. And I have Donald Winter, who is the vice president of the organization, and Yolanda Caldiera, director. I'd like to welcome you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And it's important that we talk a little bit about your organization. As I said, we have a safety net, and we have various organizations such as yours who help people. But creating awareness is something very important. If people don't know that help is there, then they don't avail themselves of it, and we fall short, and it produces a lot of need and a lot of hardship. So why don't we start, Donald, with talking about a little bit about how this organization was formed. I understand that it's named, your mom is Lucille Winter.
Correct.
Right? And that this organization is kind of a legacy to her.
Correct, it is. For many years, my mother felt that it was a right for every human being to have a meal. Good times, bad times, it didn't matter. She had a godly sense that, with that, and a human sense that people needed to eat. Mm-hmm. So she used to travel around the East Coast of the United States with my father, and looking for a disaster or somebody in need, orphanages who needed food and clothing, and they used to pack up a car, later on a motorhome, and bring food and clothing up and down the East Coast of the United States. She also volunteered at many different food banks in Long Island, and felt that we needed one in our community. The community was Deer Park. That's where I was born and raised.
Where's your organization located?
We are at 975D Long Island Avenue in Deer Park.
975D Long Island Avenue.
Correct.
In Deer Park. Is this the same place that she operated from?
No, actually, she originally worked from her home.
Oh.
And she brought it to the attention of our president, Peter Nunziante, that now our president, that we needed something in the area. So both Peter and my mother were discussing how we could get something going in the Deer Park, Bayshore, Brentwood area. And so we started working in 2012 out of a home, feeding people, bringing it to their houses, so on and so forth, clothes and so on. When that started to get kicked off, started up, my mom and dad went to deliver furniture in Georgia to somebody, and my mother passed away in Georgia.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But at that point, all her work that she put into it, people felt that it was a proper thing to do, is to put the center in her name, because of everything she tried to do for the community.
Beautiful legacy. It's a beautiful
it's
legacy.
An awesome legacy. It was an honor to her, and I appreciate all of that. But she was very genuine that way.
Yolanda, what are some of the services offered from this organization?
We offer clothing, we offer food, counseling, tutoring. We just don't offer, we offer our time. When they come in to get their food, they just don't come in, get their food and leave. We sit with them, we ask them how their week is going, we ask them if they need help with, anything. And we are building a really close relationship with some of our clients.
So, and normally people would come any time in the day. What are your operating hours?
We're open on Tuesday evenings from 5 until 7:30, Wednesday from 10 in the morning until 2, and on Saturdays 9 to 1. And they can walk in, they don't need an appointment. And they come in, we talk a little bit, they'll fill out some paperwork, and then they can help themselves. They go to the racks, they pick whatever clothing they need for themselves or their children, and while we're bagging their food. And we help them take it to the car.
You know, in my office, we get a lot of constituents who come when they find themselves in a crisis, and we end up referring people to organizations such as yours. And traditionally, in the first, I would say the first 5 years of my serving as assemblyman, I've been at 12 years, but in the first 5 years, traditionally we had a lot of people who were homeless, a lot of people who had fallen on hard times. And that was the nature of the people who would come forward for help. Once we entered into the economic crisis, my office started to receive middle-class people, people who own a home, perhaps a very nice home, but just they were going under economically. They weren't able to put food on the table for the entire week. And thank God for organizations like yours. We were able to help a lot of people. And you know, although the economy has gotten a little better, we're still seeing a certain percentage of those middle-class people who they got so behind the 8 ball that they're just starting to come out of it. There's still people who are in that crisis situation. And organizations such as yours provide you know, important services. Now you find that in addition to just getting food, that you're having to assist people with other issues?
Well, when it's time for school, we help with school supplies. In the middle of the year, when the children are running out of supplies, they can come by and pick up whatever they need for their children. But a lot of times, not only food and clothing, but sometimes they need someone just to talk to. You know, they're middle class. You know, if the husband is a construction worker and all of a sudden the weather is bad, he's out of work. So they come, they get treated with dignity, they're not beneath us, they're just a friend who just is in need at the moment. So, and they feel that we're not judging them, we're there to help them. And some of the clients turn around and come back and say, you know what, you need some help, let me, you know, help you sort the clothes or clean the shelves or hand out. So now we have clients who are also helping. So it's a great place.
It's amazing how good faith has a multiplier effect, because your organization is not one that has large funding streams coming from the government or anything like that.
Not at all.
Yet you've been able to survive primarily because of that multiplier effect of good faith. People also realizing the importance of it, people you've helped who give back, and they keep the organization alive. This spark was ignited by your mom.
Absolutely.
You know, it's really inspiring to see how this just keeps going in her memory, and it stays alive by the very people who've been helped by it. It's wonderful work that you do. Now, do you have, how large is your staff there, or is it, is it volunteers who work there, or?
We have 100% volunteers.
100%?
100%. Nobody gets paid.
So any donations to your organization, 100% of it goes to help people?
Yes.
It goes to help people and keep the organization running. That's what it does. For the phones, for the rents, the electric and stuff like that, and to buy food if we need to, buy supplies if we need to. Anything goes to it just goes to the organization, nothing personal for anybody. It's all volunteer, and I commend those people for that. It's a lot of time.
Yeah, it's truly amazing that people would give up of their time. So I guess they split it up into shifts. You have volunteers who come and they work different shifts. You said, what are the throughout the week? What were the hours?
Tuesdays from 5 to 7:30, Wednesdays from 10 until 2, and Saturdays from 9 to 1. So, and then of course we have in between, whether we're getting deliveries, you know, stocking the shelves, but everyone, you know, no one gets paid, and we're a big family.
Donald, if somebody wanted to contact your organization, how would they do that?
Okay, there's two ways. They could go on our website at lwmhc.com, or they could call the number 631-496-2062.
All right. Why don't we get that again for those who didn't have a pen in their hand?
Website is lwmhc.com, or 631-496-2062.
Very good. Now, although you have certain hours that you operate, one can contact the organization 24 hours a day or 7 days a week, right? They can leave a message and somebody would get back to them.
Absolutely. And like I said before, on certain hours, you may be calling the center, and we'll get out the phone call on our cell phones so we can speak to people, because emergencies happen at all times of the day or night. So we try to make ourselves available to them. And if not, they can leave a number. We'll call them right back. We can set up an appointment with them.
So you see clients by appointment as well?
Yes.
Right, so you can set
Yes,
something, if they have a
yes.
special need, they can
Yes.
call and ask for somebody to sit down and speak with.
Yep.
Now, you serve a community that's very diverse. Do you have bilingual volunteers there?
Well, we do. I speak Spanish. There's a few of us, but we desperately need more volunteers who do speak Spanish because a large number of our clients don't speak English. But
You
it's,
have a growing Haitian population as well.
Yes.
Who speak Creole. I'm sure that would be very useful.
yes, but we don't have anyone who speaks that language.
And do you find that, is that the predominant language of people who come in?
We've gotten a couple of Chinese families and that speak no English. So for the first time, I was able to experience what it was like to communicate with someone who I didn't understand. And it's very difficult, but we manage, you know. But it would be nice because a lot want to talk and we can't communicate, so it's hard.
And the literature from your organization, how do you distribute that?
Well, we have one in English and one in Spanish, and you know, we carry some in our bags. They get handed out. Clients come in, take some with them, and a lot of organizations will call us and they'll bring their clients in. So, like Suffolk County Fatherhood, you know, the senior citizens WIC programs, all that. They have our literature, so they also send clients.
So you provide also referral service. So if somebody, if a woman came in and said, look, I can't work because I don't have childcare and I can't afford it, you would be there to assist them to try and get them the services that they need?
We would do our best to hook them up with an organization that could help them if we can't help them. We had a couple of people look for jobs. I made a few phone calls and we got one of them a job. And that's what we do. And if not, we'll refer them to an organization that might have a job opening. So we do our best. Not only do we feed them, clothe them, and speak to them about their personal needs and family needs, we try to find them.
So a lot of problems that people are having is that they just don't know where to turn to for help, right? They just not familiar what's available, what services are available, and how to avail themselves of it.
That's correct.
We do work closely with a couple of shelters and battered women organizations. So when we're not sure, we can call them and tap into their resources. So you know, it's a big community and we help each other in every way we can.
And geographically, what areas does your organization cover?
We cover Deer Park, some of Huntington, North Babylon, a large number in Brentwood, Bayshore, and Islip area. And they come in different days, those different days. If they miss a Tuesday, they know we're there on Wednesday. If they miss a Wednesday, they'll come on a Saturday.
I guess it's important you have Saturday hours.
Yeah, that's a big day.
People many times think that those who need these type of services and help putting food on the table, for the most part, people who are unemployed and homeless. And that's not true.
No.
There are many working poor in our community who are working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. And it's real difficult. That's one of the reasons why I'm one of the prime sponsors on raising the minimum wage, and we're really pushing for that. But I want to thank you. You are truly the angels in our community who are there working to make a difference in the quality of life and helping people in their time of need. Your safety net, and you allow people to remain productive, contributing citizens by offering them not a handout, but a hand up, because
That's right.
you're there to provide the services that they need. So I thank you so much for all that you do for our community.
Thank you for letting us come on.
Thank you.